Hi, Mel here, and I recently had the opportunity to visit the newly renovated United Polaris Lounge at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. I was flying from Chicago to Munich, Germany in Lufthansa's business class, and because Lufthansa and United are both part of the Star Alliance, I was able to access the United Polaris Lounge before my flight. This was my first visit since the lounge underwent a major renovation and expansion, and I was excited to see the final results. So what did I think? Were the improvements worth the wait? I hope you'll come along with me today to find out. Also, if you enjoy this type of content, I hope you'll hit the like button and subscribe. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Just last month, I was traveling to Germany on a Lufthansa flight that was departing from Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. At O'Hare, Terminal 1 handles most of the Star Alliance flights. Since Lufthansa is part of the Star Alliance, it's no surprise that my flight was departing from Gate B17 in Terminal 1's B concourse. The Polaris Lounge is also in Terminal 1, but it's in the C concourse, located near Gate C18. Luckily for passengers like me, there's a convenient underground pedestrian tunnel with moving walkways that allows you to easily travel between concourses. After security, take a right until you reach the giant skeleton of a brachiosaurus named Ernestine, who is apparently a Chicago Blackhawks fan. Across from Ernestine, you'll find the escalators, which will take you down to the underground tunnel. The pedestrian tunnel is well known for its colorful Sky's the Limit neon light installation. I personally love it. When you reach the end, take the escalator back up. And at the top, the Polaris Lounge is across from the escalators on the left-hand side. The reason I was able to access the United Polaris Lounge when I was flying with Lufthansa is that Lufthansa is a Star Alliance carrier, and so is United. According to United's access rules, people flying business class on a Star Alliance member airline can access the lounge at their departure airport. So now that we're here, let's go take a look inside. To head in, you'll pass through the automatic glass doors which lead to the check-in area. There's a relaxed, almost ethereal energy here that comes from the combination of subtle lighting and distinctive art installations. This light sculpture, known as North Star Chicago, was inspired by Chicago's street grid, with the Northern Hemisphere stars hovering over it. You can check in with any of the agents by simply showing your boarding pass. And once you've checked in with an agent, you can refresh with a warm towel before heading into the lounge. Right past the check-in area are 3 service desks to the left. And right past these, you'll find a long star-filled hallway lined with private bathrooms, which we'll take a closer look at later. For now, let's head right to see the results of the renovation. The updated space now encompasses nearly 25,000 square feet, 50% larger than the original lounge. There are now more than 350 seats, a larger 50-seat private dining room, and 2 bars instead of 1. The first area you encounter offers both private cubbies and tables. There's also a self-serve beverage counter nearby. Right past this area, the lounge opens up on either side. To the right is the buffet area and the relaxation area, both of which we will explore more a bit later. To the left is a bar. It's the original lounge bar that was already here before the expansion, and there don't appear to be any big changes. Some of the seating in this area looks original as well, but as we continue on, you'll see plenty of newly added furniture and features. One other thing that didn't change with the renovation is the amazing view. Thank goodness. I love these up-close views of Gate C18. From here on out, almost all of what we'll see is completely new. By the way, the furniture added during the expansion was designed in collaboration with Chicago-based Crate & Barrel. As expected, it's quite nice, well-built, attractive, and comfortable. As you continue along, you'll see a new hallway. There are private phone rooms on one side and a buffet of drinks and snacks on the other side. Next comes the new bar, a speakeasy bar nestled between these decorative bookshelves. We'll be back in a few minutes to see more. But for now, if you continue in the same direction, you'll find more new seating that flows along the back of the lounge. And it's back here that you'll find the Polaris Lounge restaurant. I put my name in and was told that I'd receive a text as soon as a table was available. While I waited, I headed down the new hallway located right past the restaurant and found a dark and quiet spot for guests who are looking for a place to relax or rest. And as I was still exploring, a text arrived to let me know my table was ready. When I arrived back, I took a quick peek at the menu and was then escorted to my table. The dining room is much larger now. It contains multiple rooms and can seat 50 guests at a time. I love the relaxed vibe. I received the lunch and dinner menu as well as the wine and beer list. You're also able to order a cocktail or any other selection that the main bar offers. Service was attentive, quick, and friendly. I started with the endive apple gorgonzola salad with a honey balsamic vinaigrette, which was a nice combination of flavors. But the star of the meal was definitely the Polaris burger. It's juicy and flavorful, and they offer a wide selection of toppings, including egg and bacon. And I'm pretty sure the thick cut fries are homemade. So good, and you automatically get both ketchup and mayonnaise for dipping. What's not to love? While I was pretty full from the burger and fries, I always get the skillet cookie when I eat at a Polaris Lounge. A hot cookie with ice cream on top is the perfect combination. It was slightly overcooked on this visit, but that clearly didn't keep me from eating the whole thing. After finishing dinner, I decided to check out both bars. The Speakeasy bar is accessible on both sides, so if you take a right when leaving the restaurant, you can enter on your left. I think this bar is a great addition to the lounge. The dim lights, dark wood, and style of decor combine to make the space feel intimate and exclusive. It's also worth noting that the drink menu in this bar is different than that offered by the main bar. In addition to small bites, they offer 2 pages of specialty cocktails, wine, beer, and a generous selection of spirits. I was also very impressed with the bartender. She was very friendly and made me feel welcome. Next, I headed to the lounge's main bar, which is more centrally located. The vibe here is completely different than the Speakeasy. It's brighter and feels more like a social meeting place. Once again, I was impressed with the bartender, very friendly and attentive. As I mentioned earlier, this bar has a different menu. Other than the United Polaris star, which is offered at both bars, you'll find a completely different cocktail menu here with many interesting options. And of course, they also offer wine, beer, and many different spirits. I ordered the Green Door cocktail and received mixed nuts as well. I took a short break to relax and enjoy my drink. And then I headed off in search of our last stop for food and drink, the buffet area. While I personally prefer to eat at the restaurant whenever I'm at the Polaris Lounge, I'm sure some people prefer a quicker self-serve option, especially if they're short on time. If you're in that camp, you're in luck because the Polaris Lounge offers quite a nice buffet. As you can see, there are plenty of both hot and cold dishes available. And I was impressed that the buffet area remained well stocked, even close to closing. While I was much too full to eat again, the food definitely looked appetizing. In addition to food and drink options, the lounge also offers several different amenities. Let's start with the most basic, the restrooms. As I mentioned earlier, all of the restrooms can be found down this hallway with the twinkling lights. While the location of the restrooms didn't change with the renovation, the number of individual restrooms did. They added 6 more, bringing the total to 18, I think. The occupancy of each room is reflected with a red or green light near the door. I was very impressed with the generous size and the cleanliness. The hand soap and lotion are both by Perricone MD. In the same hallway as the restrooms, you'll also find a wellness room. After checking it out, I think parents' room is a more accurate label, but in any case, it's nice to have this as an option. The lounge also offers shower suites, but they're not in this hallway. As I mentioned earlier, they are right past the buffet in the section of the lounge labeled Relaxation. This is also where you'll find the day beds. The day beds and the shower suites are each available on a first-come, first-served basis, so if you're interested, make sure you ask the agent to put your name on the list. Like the bartenders, this gentleman was very welcoming and friendly. I went to check out the shower suites first. Although these suites weren't altered during the renovation, as you can see, they look great, have high-end finishes, are quite modern, and come stocked with all the essentials. Like the restrooms, the amenities are by Paracone MD. There's also plenty of space here, and in designing the space, they didn't forget to provide a large bench for your luggage. My favorite detail is this small pressing cabinet. You can hang your clothes there while showering, and the items will be taken, pressed, and magically returned to the cabinet for your retrieval. I love this. In the same area as the shower suite, you'll also find the day beds. They are behind this glass door right off this hallway. Each room provides a quiet, private spot to rest with a leather lounger, a sound machine, and a bottle of water. If you need a blanket or pillow, the desk agent is happy to provide both. If you need to make a call rather than nap, head to the hallway with phone booths. There are 6 private glass rooms here, each with a desk, leather chair, and outlets for charging. And how convenient that there's a self-serve snack and drink counter right across the way. As I head out to catch my flight, what did I think of the newly renovated Polaris Lounge? Did it live up to my expectations? As someone who loved the original Polaris Lounge before the renovation, I was so impressed to see that it's even better now. The lounge is beautiful, spacious, and welcoming, and it provides access to some really great amenities. But what I appreciate most are the multitude of great food and drink options at the lounge. In my opinion, this is what sets it apart from the top lounge offerings of the other US airlines. To me, the Polaris Lounge is hands down the best lounge at O'Hare, and frankly, it's not even close. This is a good time to mention that, as always, my travel experiences are not paid for, sponsored, or discounted in any way, and nobody was informed that I was doing this review. If you enjoyed this tour and review, let me know in the comments, and if you've had a chance to try it yourself, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think the renovation was successful? And what are your favorite parts of the lounge? Also, if you enjoy content like this, I hope you'll hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. It really helps the channel and enables me to make more videos like this one. Until next time, happy travels.